Yes, I want a coffee without any coffee. Been saving this story for a while now. Just thought I'd share something light and funny to start the weekend off. The usual warnings. Long-time reader. First post. Mobile etc. Years ago I worked for the big Canadian coffee and donut shop. Mostly working the evening shift. If you aren't familiar with Canadian brand coffee shop, the cream and sugar are dispensed by a machine that is calibrated to AB amount determined by corporate. If you are used to ordering at the fancy green place or the running donut place, the number of sugar and creams you order may need to change depending on how much you actually want. One night, we had these three bikers drive in, and you could tell they had been on the road for a while. Their ringleader was your stereotypical biker. Tall, wide shoulders, big beard, covered in leather. His friends were shorter but otherwise still had the whole tough but tired look going on. My coworker was in the back working soup and sandwich. But it's only 3 people and it's been a slow night. No worries. Just need to get these tired boys some caffeine and wish them a good night. Ringleader. I want an extra large 12 and 12. Me. Are you sir? Ringleader. Did I stutter? Me. Okay, but that's only. Friend 1. Did he stutter? No. No, he did not. So off I went to make him exactly what he asked for. Grabbed a cup and put it under the sugar dispenser while I pressed the ×3 button 4 times. 12 XL shots of sugar. Then I went over to the cream dispenser and did the same thing. Now, fun fact. The cream and sugars are measured to dispense 1/12 of the cup size you are selecting. So by the time all 12 shots of creamer were dispensed, the cup was basically full. I stirred the creamy sugar mixture around before I poured an itty-bitty splash of coffee in his cup. Just enough to bring it up to the safety line on the cup. I tried asking him if he wanted me to heat it up or anything, but I basically got the same exact runaround from him and his friend. Obviously the guy knew what he wanted and he didn't need me to tell him what he was ordering. They grabbed the rest of their order and drove out into the night. Now, you would think that was the end of the story. The big angry biker man got his nasty sugar cream drink and left me sitting there wondering if the rest of the world had been drinking their coffee wrong this entire time. But no. I was lucky to be working the next afternoon when he came back in. Mr. Ringleader came back in all by himself the next day and shuffled up to the counter. I could tell he must have been embarrassed because his voice was a lot softer this time. He knew he fucked up. The glorious aftermath is that he apologized and confirmed that the drink had been utterly disgusting. Turns out he was used to ordering from the fancy green coffee place and they use way smaller measurements for their cream and sugar. Once I knew where he was used to ordering from, I made him the approximately same drink using our measurements, roughly a triple, and sent him on his way. I only wish I could have seen his face when he took that first sip. TLDR. Mean man offers a cup full of cream and sugar. Tastes disgusting. At least he came back and apologized. Don't see that often. You could tell he was the big man in charge because he knew how to own up to his screw-ups. You did the right thing. Warn once. Warn twice. Take the damn money and be off with them. My workplace makes a traditional macchiato. A single shot of espresso with about a spoonful of foam on the top. Almost all the people expect a Starbucks drink and will order something like an iced coconut soy macchiato, which leads to me confirming with them multiple times that they understand what the drink is. Most of the time they brush off my explanation with a, "Yeah, I know," and then when I hand them The smallest paper cup ever. They freak out because they expected a large drink. Edit. I mean venti drink. Bikers like respect. These guys forgot to give some back. In Canada, even the bikers are too polite to send food back? Good rule of thumb. If a customer service person asks for confirmation, they aren't saying, "You're wrong." They're usually saying, "There's a slim chance you want what your mouth is saying, and would probably prefer this," which is likely what you actually want. Sadly, few people consider customer service workers to be people, and therefore think you exist solely for their convenience. Those moments where you get to watch someone fuck up when they insisted they knew better. Satisfaction. Not as severe. But I used to work a certain donut shop where they encourage you to dunk them. And I had someone come through the drive-thru and order the same thing. Extra large hot coffee. 12 and 12. Luckily at this establishment this filled about 4/5 of the cup. And they did not come in to correct. I compliment him on admitting his mistake. That's tough to do and few manage it. Brit piping up here. I have no idea what all these numbers are for. This story immediately reminded me of The Office. 1. Did I stutter? Stanley. 2. Michael in the van with his cream and sugar coffee. Sans coffee. Pam was not impressed. The strangest drink I've ever seen someone order was this. 20 shots of espresso iced in the biggest cold cup. At the green place of many mothers. He paid for it. They made it. He walked out happily sipping on it. All the customers and employees who saw this were just kind of staring at each other afterwards. Going, damn. I am at a loss as to what that order could possibly mean at Starbucks. Are they just very different in Canada? You can get pumps of syrup, but that would still be just as gross as his order with you. Double Double already tastes like cream syrup. How does anyone enjoy a triple triple? Many years ago when I was making minimum wage, I would ask for coffee. Extra 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 cream. Hold the coffee. And I would get 12 ounces of cream for $1.68. Which is a very good price. After a while, the Batista caught on, so I had to go to the Wawa and pour it myself instead. Damn decent of him to apologize. Ha. Ya tried to warn them. If this were my mate I'd razz him over it for weeks. Canada. The only place where you can order an XL triple triple and nobody bats an eyelid. Michael Scott would call this delicious compliance. OMG reminds me of one time I asked for XL with 6 creams in it. I normally take 3 but I really don't order often at Tim's, and the last time I did I think someone messed up a bit because it clearly wasn't 3 normal creams, so here I go. Thinking they are not proportional after all. Halfway through pouring the creams she stops and shows me the inside of the cup with the cream in it, and we both start laughing. She puts half of it in an iced cap cup to be used later, and I got my perfect coffee. I'm impressed you were able to get all the sugar to dissolve. I also worked at the Canadian Coffee and Donut Shop and had a woman come through the drive-thru 3 times in one shift, each time ordering a large coffee with 10 sugars. Took me a solid few minutes to get the sugar to actually dissolve.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.